When Trump, he pardoned Lil Wayne, Kodak Black. He pardoned one of the co-founders of Death Row, which Snoop Dogg was very interested in getting, and we know exactly what that was all about. And I'm sitting here, looking at a lot of these people like, yeah, see, that's right, Trump ride for black folks, and I'm sitting there going, oh, so y'all are going to ignore all the rest of that stuff? You'll know everything else? I love how folk just, and then again, when you start talking about facts, in fact, let me see, which phone do I have it on? So the Trump folk, Greg, have been running, let me do this here, let me put it on this iPad. I got it on one phone. So the Trump folk have been running a radio ad on Detroit radio stations, and I want to play this ad because I know both of y'all need some additional laughter in your lives on today. And so, because if y'all got a kick out of that Dana Bash commentary, wait until y'all hear this commercial here. Give me a second. I'm airdropping it to my iPad because I think y'all gonna find this to be really, really, really interesting. So let me go ahead and get this thing queued up. So here we go.
Hi, I'm a volunteer for Joe Biden. Are you registered to vote?
Yeah, I voted for Biden last time.
That's great.
Really? Have you looked around? Everything costs more. Food, gas, housing. We're struggling to pay our bills.
Okay, but what about everything he's done to protect illegal immigrants?
Protect them? Did you see that Biden's paying rent for illegals now? They get handouts and we pay for all of it. And Biden's letting Mexican cartels flood our neighborhoods with murderers and drugs.
Well, Biden's done a ton to stop transgender discrimination.
Transgender discrimination? Stopping men from using girls' bathrooms isn't discrimination. Keeping men out of girls' sports and out of girls' locker rooms is just common sense.
So Biden can still count on your vote, right?
Not this time. Trump will stop the sexualization of our children and declare war on the cartels. I'm voting for Donald Trump. Make America Great Again, Inc. paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Megapack.com.
So Trump is going to stop the sexualization of children. Tell it to the parents of kids who were Jeffrey Epstein. And so you see what he's doing there, Reese. How he is trying to use transgender issue and illegal immigration, weaponizing against black people.
It's fucking brilliant, and it could work. It's unfortunate that you could use such issues like that to distract people from the fact that Trump said he wants to give cops immunity. They can shoot the hell out of black people, stop and frisk, whatever, and there aren't going to be any consequences. About the fact that he wants to strip the same way he wants to get rid of illegals, so-called illegals, he gonna strip your ass of your citizenship too. But it works. There's a reason why he's running these ads and targeting the folks that he's targeting. It aligns with the disinformation campaign that we've seen targeting black people all throughout social media. There are 0% of athletes are trans, but it's one of the main talking points that you hear from Republicans. And it's a talking point that resonates with a lot of black people as well. So it's smart. I mean, I wish the Democrats had some shit like that. I don't know. We don't have nothing. We try to do the right thing, except for on Palestine. Aside from that and a couple other shit, we try to do the right thing. So we don't have anything like that we can really sell and say, well, look at what the trans people are getting. Look at what the Asians is getting. Look at what we don't have those same kind of issues. So they're playing the cards that they're dealt. And if we can't see through it, and if we want to vote against our interests to stop these imaginary villains, then, hey, we get the government that we deserve.
Actually, I think you do have it. I think you do have it, Greg, because I think if you're Democrats, if you run an ad saying, hey, I know you really want student loan debt relief, but are you going to support Trump, who wants to give tax breaks to people who have private planes and yachts? Do you own one? You can ask that question. Or you can run the audio of Trump saying, hey, a lot of you rich people supported me, and guess what? You did great when I was president, and you're going to do better when I'm president again. I would run that sucker. I damn sure run that sucker against him. I would damn sure use the audio of him calling Colin Kaepernick a son of a bitch. Oh, I absolutely would use that one. And then I would definitely run ads on the gospel stations talking about 2 Corinthians. See, I would absolutely use. So they have the. But see, again, here's what I think the difference between. And I'm gonna go back to that comment from Michelle Obama. When they go low, we go high. Democrats love.
I know she hates that she said that now because she get dragged every time.
Democrats love to go high.
They do.
No. You got the butt. Like I did a podcast with Michael Steele. I said, they hit your ass in the knees. I said, you hit their ass in the shins. If they hit your ass in the ankles, you hit their ass on the bottom of their feet. No, you got to understand. You are in a fight that has no rules because your opponent doesn't believe in rules.
Correct.
That's true.
Your opponent does not believe in rules. There is no bottom. And so what you got to do is you got to be willing to go there and say, cool, you want to get in the mud? Let's go. Let's get in the mud. I would absolutely revive that that Entertainment Tonight or Access Hollywood or whatever the hell tape it was. I would see every foul thing he said. I would be running ads on black radio stations about the nasty stuff he said about Maxine Waters and when John Kelly condemned Frederica Wilson. Oh, hell yes, I would. Absolutely, I would. At every single damn moment. Every black person, every black woman he attacked, it'll be a whole new commercial against him. But Democrats want to play nice and fair, and
That's the problem. I'm telling you.
Can we all get along, Greg? That ain't how you win. You got to rip his damn heart out. That's what you got to do.
No, it's true. Of course. I mean, yes. Of course, it's true. It's true. It is true, and it's a difficult moment. Roland, I was talking with a brother the other day who works at one of the K Street think tanks. And he said, a lot of people think it's Democrat versus Republican, but when it comes to things like foreign policy, it's about, they all pretty much think the same. And he said, even domestically, it's about power. We're seeing the power of the Israel lobby now. Not just clowns like Richie Torres, who is wholly owned subsidiary of AIPAC, but others in this overwhelming majority that voted for this anti-Semitism bill in the federal legislature the other day, which is terrifying. This is really, Dana Bash wants to talk about the 1930s. Let's talk about it, Dana. Let's talk about it. But let's talk about it very seriously. Remember, Hitler won an election in Germany in the 30s. Don't play with this because, see, we're the ones who are going to bear the brunt. But there's a reason why Donald Trump pardons his hip-hop friends, because it feeds the idea of excess and material accumulation. And, remember that Donald Trump was popular in a segment of hip hop before he even went on The Apprentice. I mean, this is the idea of pop culture. And you're right. I mean, Reese just said it. You said it. This man knows how to play the PR game. We're living in an era now of deep fakes. I mean, Drake had to drop his comeback against Kendrick because he had Tupac's voice on there. So you can't tell what's real and what's not. Again, that's why journalism is so important right now. But when you start talking about political education, the slow accretive work, what's going on a lot of these college campuses right now, including the one I was on last night, watching these Howard students sit and connect Congo and the Sudan and the fight for 15 and what's going on in Palestine, talking about foreign and domestic power. That is not the interest of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party got donors too. And so trying to play this game in a situation where the other side has no rules, they have a bought and paid for Supreme Court that is going to try to push this man past his trial so that he won't be convicted of anything. He can get in and dismiss the federal lawsuit if he can get at it. We have a national military budget swallowing everything whole and pumping, as you said, Reese, billions into an attempt at ethnic cleansing. But our young people and our people generally, you know why they won't fight? When you try to put a message out and say, did you get any money? The billionaires did. It's because in this country, everybody has been brainwashed into thinking that they're going to be a billionaire one day. Exactly. And so the idea is that Donald Trump fights for us because one day I'm going to be a billionaire and I don't want those people to take my money either. Meanwhile, you're not even going to be able to tweet that or text that or put it on the gram or put it on TikTok because your damn internet going to be gone because you got not two pennies to run together and they're not going to pass a bill to extend the money that came from the Reconstruction Act so that you can even get on the damn phone to tweet about how you was going to be a billionaire. Propaganda is how fascism maintains and extends its authority. This is what we are facing right now. This, as I said, we know what's going to happen. The only question is, are we going to take enough time? And this is why Black Star Network is so important, to educate ourselves to see what is coming so that we can stop it. Because it's not a mystery about what's going to happen. It's happening right now. These cops, these punk-ass cops, half of them, 3/4 of them, however many of them, without college degrees, taking the opportunity to take their little manhood between their tweezer fingers and go beat up a bunch of children because they're loving it, sitting on horses, strapped in like they fighting the military. These punks are the same ones that were in the Know-Nothing Party in the 19th century. They were the ones who wanted to be in the Hitler Youth, but since they couldn't, did the America First stuff in that same 1930s Dana Bash. This is fascism. And our people worried about rap beefs, who's going to be on the Shade Room, and not supporting the Black Star Network in a moment when we can get all of that momentum if we can simply take our time, keep putting this message out, and touch each other in the way that Reverend Barber laid out. This is a fight, not a fight for America, not a fight for foreign policy or domestic policy. This is a fight literally for survival, for human survival. We're on the brink, and we got to do something about it, and this is part of that work.
Fanbase is pioneering a new era of social media for the creator economy. This next generation social media app with over 600,000 users is raising $17 million, and now is your chance to invest. For details on how to invest, visit startengine.com/fanbase or scan the QR code. Another way we're giving you the freedom to be you without limits.